hey, how's it going? It is all the news all the time. My name is Adam, and it is really nice to have you back and to look at another crazy story that's coming out today. Just if you haven't already, press the old like button, subscribe button, just so you get notifications when you get new videos. And let's have a little look at what's going on today. Well, we've got two of our favourite triplets, the skanks of Hollywood, Margot Robbie and Cara Delevingne. What they've been up to this time? Well, what they've been up to, they've this is the Sun newspaper, and it came out on the 3rd of October, so quite a few days ago. They're saying Margot Robbie pointed at a photographer, this is in Argentina, pointed at a photographer who then attacked him, this guy, and broke his arm. I know, couldn't happen to nicer people. Actress Margot Robbie, there she is, pointed a photographer out to her friends, who then attacked him, it was claimed yesterday. So Pedro Alberto or Cara, good name, was left with a broken arm and lying bleeding on the floor following a street brawl. This guy here. And there they are, laughing and happy as always. The alleged incident happened when Margot Robbie and Cara Delevingne left a restaurant at 3 a.m. So he's got a busted up arm, and yeah, they're out of here. That's the airport. They're getting out of here. The incident happened when the Wolf of Wall Street star Margot, 32, and British model and actress Cara Delevingne left a Buenos Aires restaurant at 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday. Always dodgy. Mr. Cara tried to take pictures, so they got into an Uber. A scuffle breaks out, which led to the arrests of two British filmmakers, Jose McNamara and Jack Hopkins. Right. In documents lodged with a city judge and prosecutors, Mr. Cara, 61, stated Ms. Robbie, who I could identify, touched the shoulder of one of her security personnel and indicated with her finger towards me. It was then that several people began to beat me up and the chase began. I felt that they managed to hit me and I got knocked down to the pavement with such speed that if I had fallen head first, they would have killed me. His lawyer, Matthias Mahler, told The Sun last night that it was possible that Margot Robbie could be charged. He said Pedro and other witnesses say that Margot pointed at him when she was behind the car and saw the photographer. She sent them to hit him. She shares in the blame because she was directing them to the photographer. Wow. So we're going to ask she become a defendant and co-participant. I think they're going to ask the judge, not Margot. She should not be considered a witness, but actually one of the defendants. The story is picked up by the Mail online, and very interesting. And it's saying Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie are snapped leaving a Buenos Aires restaurant. It's the same thing, just moments before their two filmmaker friends chased the paparazzi. So this is back to the Sun newspaper story. They think that they are film producers and business partners, but the Mail Online is saying that they are photographers and filmmaker friends. Okay, which leads to both men being jailed after the photographer tripped and broke his arm. The British model and Australian actress were in Argentina at the weekend, dining at this restaurant. Exclusive photos show the run-up of the incident that left him with a broken arm. So, very interesting. The Argentine paparazzo broke his arm while running away from Cara Delevingne and Margot Robbie's friends, has published the photos he took of the group moments before he was chased from the scene. So we have some photos here. This is Cara, that's Margot and Orange Renault, and that's Robbie, Margot Robbie's husband Tom Ackerley here. And and two other filmmakers. So they're accompanied by the husband and two other filmmakers. Got some photos here. It's the husband holding Margot Robbie, and this woman's looking shocked and surprised. And what a great dress. She looks very Argentinian. And they're getting in the car. She's like, what's going on? This guy is Jose McNamara, and this is Jack Hopkins. So the photographer's claiming that McNamara and Hopkins became angry at his presence, chased him away, and then there's camera footage, a video of him running and people chasing him. Then he falls over in front of an oncoming car. Then he's taken to hospital with a broken arm, and those two are questioned by Argentine police. So we've got a video down here. He suffered cuts and broken arm after the fall. He was able to protect his equipment, get the shots he needed, but at considerable cost. They never took my material from me. When I fell to the ground, the camera was smashed, but I was able to save the material. So we've got this video here. We've got a car pulling out, and then we've got, looks like a guy in a white shirt with dark trousers. Let's go full screen. So we've got this car, we've got this guy, and a second guy here, and then these two come along. So blurry, it's difficult to see what's going on. Very strange. So this is where the restaurant is. This is inside the restaurant, and we have Jose McNamara producing the Barbie film. That's not much to be proud of, to be honest. Some footage here, and this is when they're arrested and they're being let out of prison. They've got blankets over their heads. Police are moving them out. Coats thrown over their heads. Cara was placed in a neck brace, stretchered to the nearby hospital, where he remains following treatment and awaiting surgery for a broken arm. He told this newspaper he was severely injured, unknown whether he would regain full use of his arm. I have a cast on my right arm. My arm's very compromised. He's not sure if he's going to lose it. This seems like exaggeration now. A source told TMZ that Cara was actually the aggressor, and he rushed the actresses as they were climbing into the car. TMZ reported that the driver put his foot down in fright while Robbie was only halfway into the car, and Cara continued to take photos at the scene as Robbie lay on the ground after leaping from the moving car, which could explain why her husband was holding her like that in the other photos, and that he tripped and hurt himself while running off when McNamara and Hopkins moved in to help. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know which side of the story is which. I just know that whenever these two and the other one, the three of them get together, bad things happen. Hopkins and McNamara arrested. There's photos of them getting taken away. This is the Policía de la Ciudad, Buenos Aires. Okay, and here we have Margot Robbie and the husband. No, that's Jose McNamara. Police report seen by The Sun shows that McNamara and Hopkins told officers that Cara was responsible for his own injuries because the two actresses had not given consent to be pictured. Not sure that's how it works, to be honest. Yeah, not sure how that works. Cara is planning to file a lawsuit alleging the injuries he sustained will prevent him from being able to work. He's saying it leaves him immobile, unable to work or move, maybe, possibly. This is an older picture from when she visited Cara Delevingne. But yeah, so some weird stuff going on, as always. Some always weird stuff with these three. I don't know if we've got some pictures of them anywhere. Don't know whether we got any. No, I don't think so. Do not think so. So we're looking at the TMZ site itself, and they're saying, because this happened, this was earlier, we've got some pictures of the photographer on a stretcher. Looks like he's banged up. Pedro Cara, there he is. Here he is lying down, looking dazed, and Margot Robbie and Cara were thrust into a dangerous situation, one that left a paparazzi photographer going to the cops and alleging assault. There you go. Stars were dining in Buenos Aires. They were leaving a restaurant. Uber waiting for them. It went awry. So there's some pictures here. So who knows what's going on? Who knows what else is going on in the crazy world of the three witches? We've got Margot Robbie's drama-filled real life. Aussie actress has her first major film flop in a jaw-droppingly terrible film called Amsterdam, following the paparazzi saga in Argentina and friendship with erratic. That's a word for something else. Cara Delevingne. Amsterdam, this film was roundly slammed by the critics to give Robbie her first ever cinema dud. Bad reviews follow Margot's controversial night out with the nightmare Cara Delevingne. The pair have been inseparable since meeting at a bar in 2015. Of course it was. Friends of the girls were arrested in Argentina after scuffle with paparazzi. Cara and Margot both appeared in Suicide Squad in 2016. Robbie aiming for Oscar glory in 2023 with the anticipated Barbie movie. What? No, she's not. No, she's not. No, she has delivered. No way. She has delivered consistent box office gold. If she wins an Oscar for Barbie, I don't know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to do something. I'm going to run the marathon. If she wins an Oscar, I'll run a marathon. She has delivered consistent box office gold ever since making her stunning Hollywood debut opposite Leonardo DiCaprio in Wolf of Wall Street. But the dream run from... didn't she just get naked in that, basically? But the dream run for Margot Robbie has taken its first major hit as reviews for her latest film Amsterdam continue to give the flick a resounding thumbs down. The blow comes fresh off the back of more questionable publicity for the Australian actress following an incident in Argentina. Questionable publicity. Breaking people's arms is questionable. If it would, yeah, okay. where her friends were arrested after a scuffle with paparazzi. Scuffle is a different thing. That's like a sort of fight, pushing and shoving and stuff. If you beat someone up and throw them in front of a car, it's not really a scuffle. Coupled with a high-profile friendship with erratic, there's a different word for that, British model Cara Delevingne. There they are. I like the outfits though, gotta say. Like the jackets, like the hair, like the period piece. Brilliant. This is the photo. Critics have piled on the film ever since his first since underperforming Joy in 2015. So it's not looking good, with the majority agreeing it's an overcooked mess that not even its all-star cast can rescue. I mean, there's some good people in there, good people, clocking in a paltry 33% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's dire. On Rotten Tomatoes, I mean, it's really hard to get less than 90 on Rotten Tomatoes because of all the sort of shill leadership and everyone patting each other on the back, which co-stars Christian Bale, John David Washington, and stars Robbie as former World War I Army Battalion nurse Valerie Vose, I'm going with, who helps Bale and Washington investigate a murder. Oh, it sounds interesting, actually. I like it. It's like Murder on the Orient Express, but it's murder in the army nursing place. Simultaneously overstuffed and undernourished. Oh, oxymoron. Frantic and meandering. Amsterdam is one big star-studded hot mess of a movie, declared Robert Ebert, good word. The Chicago Sun-Times, Richard Roper, called it a jaw-droppingly terrible, interminably dull, while the Times UK summed it up as terribly written by Russell, obtusely edited with huge gaps between lines. It's an endurance test. So I would give that one a good swerve if I were you. But she looks lovely. Gotta say, love this period costume. What is it meant to be? The 20s? Is this 20s? It looks Art Deco, Art Nouveau. That looks Deco to me. Is it 20s? It looks 20s. Like it very much. But obviously it's an endurance vest, so probably avoid that one. What's this giant thing on a phone? So there you go. That's the fun and crazy world of being far too much money, far too little to do, and far too many recreational things to get involved with. Look at these people. So there you go. Let's no comments, nobody cares. So there you go. Let me know your thoughts, your hopes, your dreams, your ambitions. Press the old like button, subscribe button. If you find any other buttons, press those as well. And this has been a really long video, but it did amuse me. I couldn't believe all this shenanigans was going on. And leave a comment in the old comment section, and I will see you guys later. I don't know what they're doing in Argentina. They must be filming something.